Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. I've got quite a few slabs in front of me. 500 card return from PSA, just hit. Quite a bit of unique stuff. So I try to do highlight videos where I don't show every single slab, but given how diverse this submission is, I'm going to have to show a lot of them. There's a fair bit of duplication, so I'll try to skip over the duplication. But yeah, pretty cool. A lot of top stuff. You've got variants that PSA doesn't recognize. You've got black label, you've got blue label, labeled the same. So interesting things there. Makes it kind of a pain to list and manage myself. I'm not like an absolute expert on Topps cards, but I do know that like some of those variants exist. Blue logo, black logo, red logo. There might even be some with like a green logo, but yeah. Obscure, not really obscure, but I guess there are some more obscure Topps cards than these. These are the 1999 Topps set, as it says. Nothing too crazy. We've got some random sixes in there where I must have missed a corner issue, indent, something like that. But yeah, as we proceed, it's not only Topps, but there's a lot of Topps in this submission. There's some black-white era. There's some promos. This is one of the more, I guess, that I'd call obscure. Let me actually hold off. My stacks are kind of out of order here. I've got more continuing on from Dratini. I didn't submit, like, years ago, I think I've talked about it several times. I opened tons of Topps boxes because they were so cheap. Nobody really wanted them. A lot of people, like Mason Cardinal Gaming, he's mentioned years ago, he actually, like, tossed a bunch out because they were just not worth anything, taking up space. I have perforated Burger King cards in here, too. These are the ones that came on a sheet of 9. I actually, like, peeled the Charizard off. It's interesting because it was on the edge of the sheet. So 3 edges are perforated and 1 is straight. All 3 got 8s. I don't know what they would deem, like, a 10. It's weird because they clearly... I don't really know what they're grading as far as, like, the perforated edges go. Can they even get 10s being perforated? I don't really know. But, yeah. Topps Advanced Challenge... We've got movie checklist. We've got a 7.5 Rocket Dark Gyarados. This submission's going to be all over the place, which makes it kind of interesting. Maybe kind of, you can see my reflection there. Yeah, Lugia from Topps Movie 2000. As I do in all my submissions, I try to submit popular things, popular species of Pokemon, generally speaking. No surprise that popular Pokemon tend to be the more liquid. The checklists a lot of times have a pretty cool art, so throw Ash in there. It's unfortunate they all got 8s, but you've got a hollow one, Brock, Ash, and Misty. Pretty interesting arts. The top sets don't get much love. I had some growing up, but not a ton. Ghastly Hunter Gengar, I love that episode, the Tower of Terror. We've got... So this is Series 2 Rainbow Foil. This is where the blue logo, the difference between the rainbow foils and the silver foils, I am not by any means an expert on that stuff. But presumably, I mean, to me, rainbow feels reasonable way to describe what you're seeing there. I think there's like a silver foil and just so many variants I'm not an expert on. A lot of this stuff is super niche. I have no idea the prices on this kind of stuff. But when I go to list it, as you're seeing this, nothing is going to be on eBay. You're going to be seeing this on Wednesday. Collecticon Charlotte was just this past weekend. I'm recording it before then. So feel free to reach out if you want any of these, if you have a specific offer. A lot of times I'll get people reaching out, hey, I want this card. It's not on your eBay yet. Can I buy it from you? And I'll just say, like, I haven't researched prices yet. Feel free to hit me with an offer. I mean, some people want the card, but they don't want it enough to make, like, a firm offer. I'm really slow with getting things listed. I've mentioned many times I usually have a pretty big backlog of stuff to list. So if you want something, don't reach out and expect me to, like, drop what I'm doing and come up with a price on the spot. If you come to me with a reasonable number, I'll probably take it, or I'll look into it quick and maybe counter. I just get, like, 50 messages after a video like this drops with people vaguely and broadly requesting information on some of these, and I just have no way of knowing who's actually serious, and I don't want to spend 5 or 10 minutes looking up prices on a few cards and then not hear back from people. It's just, same thing. I buy collections. Feel free to reach out to me if you ever have a collection to sell. One thing I don't do, though, is make offers on collections that people have no idea what they want. Like, very rarely. Usually you've got to have a number for me, a starting price. Anytime that I've made an offer on a lot without a price, or anytime I've reached out to someone who wants to buy this card, and I make very infrequently does that ever work out. So the one initiating the deal, I always feel like should be the first to throw out a number, and then you go from there. So yeah, I guess a little bit of a rant / conversation on buying collections and selling items without prices. Because I will eventually. Like, if you don't want to throw out the first number, wait a few weeks and I'll put it up on eBay after I've had time to like research and look into it. I don't know where I got this card from. I've never opened packs of these. Must have happened in a random collection and somehow it made it into my submission. But are pretty cool, that Meiji, or however you say that. We've got a bunch more tops. So more movie edition foils. These ones apparently, yeah, another entire stack of movie edition evolution cards. You'll see there's not like a ton of 10s in here, but there are a handful. Good to see Charizard 10s. Grades all over the place. Let me look at this one quick. Yeah, that corner is actually... 2 corners are dinged pretty bad, so that must be what got it. Yeah, that corner is actually starting to curl up a little bit, so a bad corner ding. I mean, you clearly see, like, I sent out several of each of these. This was sent in November of 2020 when I was just chucking things left and right. So for a handful of 5s to sneak through, not at all unexpected. A product of the time that it was. Topps Advanced Challenge. I opened multiple, like Topps 2000, Topps Series 1. I opened multiple boxes, Topps Chrome, of pretty much everything. The rarest sets I ever came across were, like, Advanced Challenge, I only ever opened 1 or 2. Johto series, which I showed earlier, I only ever opened 1 of that. And then Series 2 Chrome, I only ever opened 1 of that. Those were some of the rarer Topps boxes I ever saw. Another 10 Charizard, good to see. But yeah, like Topps Series 1, Series 2, Movie 2000, I opened several of each of those. Chrome Series 1. Topps Series 3, I probably opened a few of. Not a crazy amount, but more than the ones I mentioned. Really cool to get the Jolteon in a 10, Vaporeon in a 10. You like to see the big hitter foil evolutions. Topps is I have binder sets. So from when I opened all these boxes, same thing as I did opening like all the sets over the years, I created like a binder collection for each of these. So all the top sets, random base unlimited Charmanders worked in there. I have binder sets of all the Topps sets, but not like all the variants. So I don't really do, I'm not like a big variant guy. I had 3 Red Cheeks Pikachus, all hit 5s, which is a bummer. But yeah, so I probably have the blue logo one. I believe the blue logo Topps is like one of the more common ones. So those are probably primarily what I have in my binder for the Topps sets. Just the basic blue logo ones. For Chrome, I didn't keep Sparkles, Spectros, or Technos. I just kept the base version of each. So what I generally do was I'd open a box, I'd sell the hitters, the parallels to pay for the box, and then my profit would be, sometimes doing that, I would net a profit, plus I'd keep whatever I wanted to keep. General Mills cards, you've got Duelist Stamp Pikachus. So we're just about halfway through. Sorry, I had to pause quickly to take a call. We got some Battle Academy exclusive GX cards. As I mentioned, quite a variety here. I've got 4 of the BCW shoe boxes full as a part of this submission. So I did pull out some of the really bulky stuff. I did show you some 5s and 6s that kind of I missed out pulling. But black and white era. This is the first time I had graded black and white era cards. You'll see quite a few 8s here to start. Not in really any order by set, I don't think. Maybe a little bit. But quite a few 8s, more than I would have hoped. This was from a collection that I bought some time ago. I bought it kind of during the XY or early Sun and Moon era. And it was like a base through beginning of XY set. Now we're into the 9s. And it was like master sets of everything. So I went through... Some of these cards are like super low pop in PSA 10. So it's weird. Like if you go on TCG Player and you buy like near mint singles... One, you're not likely to get like a card that's going to grade a 9 or a 10, but they're super cheap for a lot of these cards, like less than 10 bucks. Yet some of these in PSA 10, the pops are like single digit, kind of like that return I had several months ago from the Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. Like really more niche cards that nobody's really graded yet. With the boom, some of the prices went a little nuts, but the pops really haven't been moving as much as you might expect. Largely fueled by the fact that the singles are so cheap. If you hit an 8 or a 9, they're probably going to be hard to sell, and grading is still 50 bucks. So, like 5-10 years from now, I'm really interested to see what the pops do on cards like this. I don't even know, like in PSA 9, even the PSA 8, PSA 10 ones, no idea what kind of prices these are going to go for. But they're cards that I had like 0 cost basis in, as part of a huge collection, and my grading fee was $7.50 to $10 a piece. Really interested to see what those do. I think I'll be happy that I graded them for that cheap, because it's going to be quite a long time still that we get under $10 per card, in my opinion. We'll just have to see. Getting into the black and white EXs, I didn't really have much like full arts or anything to send, so it was pretty much just holos, and then EXs and some of these, what do they call them? Ace specs. But pretty cool to see. Not something that I generally have to submit. Here was some Worlds promos. For whatever reason, they didn't grade this Portuguese one. I don't know why. Do not holder, no holder. It doesn't say why. Oh, wow. That's actually really cool. I didn't even know that. It's like a ghost stamped. Huh. I might have to send that to CGC because they're like the error people. That's pretty cool. I didn't even notice that when I sent it off. But it didn't get the foiling for the Worlds 14. So, yeah, I saw that in here, and I figured I'd show it on video and kind of try to find out live while I was recording what went wrong with it and why it wasn't graded. But, yeah, that's pretty cool to see that it wasn't graded due to not getting the foil treatment on the stamp. Had it been graded, someone probably would have, I would have listed it as normal. Somebody probably would have got a pretty good deal on that. I have no idea. Being that it's Portuguese, it's not like it's going to be a really expensive card. This last box is going to be a lot of like quantity stuff. So I'm going to take big chunks of cards and move them to the side. Vivid Voltage. I love any theme deck with Charizard. I always buy a ton to grade the coins, grade the cards. Black Star promos. There's millions of them out there, but they sell well. They're liquid. They're nostalgic arts for a lot of people. A lot of people had them growing up. Really cool promo from the Shining Legend Premium Collection. Unfortunately, got a 6 on that one. And threw those ones around. But a couple 10s, I thought. I know there were some 10s somewhere. Okay, there they are. They were on the back of the Mew. So I did get 2 10s, a lot of 9s, and a 6. It happens. An 8 or a few 8s maybe. Shining Legend Special Collection. These ones I actually bought. I bought like 48 of them, I think, on Amazon. Because at the time, it was like sometime in 2020 when everything was going to the moon. Shining Legends was going to the moon. People bought out eBay, Troll and Toad, all these different places. And people like didn't check Amazon apparently. So I was able to scoop up a bunch of those. Good timing. I love this promo. It's coming down a bunch. But it's a great, beautiful promo. Still sells for like 130, 140 bucks. I probably got like 10 of them left. Special delivery Pikachu. At the time that the promotion went on, I ordered like 30 different orders on Pokemon Center. Great promo. It went for crazy prices before. It's coming down more to reality. I think it's still fairly high. Alt Art Holo Charmander. I don't even know what this came in. Some kind of a blister pack or something probably. Gotta love Charmander. We're down to the last row of the shoebox. You know, it's a bit of a lengthy video, but I did want to show, as I mentioned at the start, pretty diverse submission. You've got crowd pleasers, Zard promos, PSA 9, PSA 10. I loved, I've mentioned it many times, but like Vivid Voltage pre-release promos, the staff packs, the build and battle kits themselves. I made a heavy play on them because the lineup was just, it couldn't be beat. I mean, you're talking Lugia, Charizard, Snorlax, and then Donphin is like not, it's not a top tier Pokemon, but it's not like absolute worst tier either. So it's like it's a good card to be the worst of the 4, I guess. It's a reasonable one to have as your worst. So yeah, it was just a no-brainer to me to buy a bunch of the staff and buy a bunch of the build and battles, and it's played out well. These have come down quite a bit now that tons of people have gotten them back from their late 2020 submissions, but they're still holding up pretty well. I guess I'll just show this at the end. I'll go back to this. I don't know what I'll do for a thumbnail, but that's everything. That's the whole submission. Pretty cool return there. As I mentioned on Monday, Friday I'm going to do a video recapping my experience at Collecticon. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. I'm recording this before Collecticon. I'm sure I had an amazing weekend. Big deals lined up for Collecticon that just happened. I don't know if you'll know yet. Continuing to tease from Monday, if you've stuck around till the end of the video. At some point, I'll disclose what the big deal were. Really looking forward to talking about that. Really looking forward to the convention. So, as always, I appreciate you all watching. I will catch you all later.